Welcome back, friends and fam, to another C3 live at 5, which is actually going to be switched around. So before we even dive into that, we're going to let you guys know we're going to be doing our live streams in the morning. It's going to be a little bit of an easier, better present. And as we told you guys last week, we will be doing our streams Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And the reason we failed to do so this last Monday is it was actually my birthday, and we had some fun festivities over the weekend. So our apologies. Hope you guys forgive. And let's go ahead and look at all this delicious green right now. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. We got podcasts everywhere, socials, Instagram, Twitter. We try to be active on all the fun places, Telegram as well. So please sure to check us out if you're new to the channel. Otherwise, let's go ahead and talk about all of this delicious green on the screen. So what we got going on over here is Bitcoin and Ethereum and Luna and all of our favorite projects are just luscious variants of green. And what is this chart telling us? Well, we're looking at performance on 7 days. So these are 7-day blocks with volume. So 7-day, referencing the amount of volume going into each project, Bitcoin has been the king, and it is up 14.96% over the week, sitting at just fell under 44,000 as the stream is going. ETH is up 10.92% at 29.26. Luna up 65% as a terror, 90.54. So we did tell you guys about Luna. It was looking like a great opportunity to jump into it, and it looks like anyone that did make that move is very pleased with their decision making. So anyways, let's go ahead and get a better overview of what's going on with the market and go over into CoinGecko. So here at CoinGecko, we just want to jump right into our top performers because everyone's doing pretty good right now. And we want to look at for the week. So over here on the week, we can see Waves is up 98%. Lunaterra is up 65%, like we just mentioned. Thorchain's up 47% at 537. Juno's at $40 at 38.3% up. Anchor at 373 is 29% up. Arweave 29% up, near 27% up, Cosmos. I mean, a lot of these great projects are up 20+%. And then once you fall under Osmos, you have Flow, Monero, Huobi, Wrapped Bitcoin, and Bitcoin all up 15+%. So really good to see. There's not much going down. We'll go ahead and go slide over to the down. You can see that Convex Finance is down 10%. Pancake Swap's down 7.2%. Hedera is down 5.2%, and the graph is down 4%. So what is going on, and why is the market pumping? Well, there's a lot of news. If you have your head in the sand, you may not know that there's some geopolitical tensions going on. We have some regulatory uncertainties ahead of us. We're in the middle of an inflationary crisis, and interest rates are still 0%. So that's a quick little update. Let's see what the world thinks about that. Right now, we have on Cointelegraph latest news, crypto relevant. We got a crypto dealer, SFox, gets trust character approval from Wyoming regulators. Sam Sinmo leads Backstream, plans to focus on nation-state Bitcoin adoption. Uniswap builds interface to swap altcoins into ETH. Donations for Ukraine. So this is a wartime article talking about how they're going to swap altcoins into ETH so Ukraine can continue to accept aid. We have a few more articles regarding that in just a minute for you guys. CME Group plans to launch micro-sized Bitcoin and Ether options, which DAO have the most potential in 2022. Payment services provider Shift4 acquires the Giving Block for $54 million. Ukraine accepts DOT. Founder Gavin Wood donates $5.8 million. So that's one of the articles that we are going to be pulling up for you and going a little bit deeper into. Cointelegraph launches Innovation Circle, a private membership service for industry leaders. Crypto adds efficiency to global trade and financing, says Beckwith executive. SEC unable to locate BitConnect founder, convicted of $2.4 billion in fraud case. So a couple of fun articles, but we really want to know what is going on with this war and crypto. Is this bullish? Is this bearish? What can we expect? And to be honest, we don't really know yet, but it's looking in our favor. It's looking like it's becoming a bullish situation. So right now we have on CNBC Crypto World, Bitcoin jumps as Russia-Ukraine conflict continues and U.S. imposes further sanctions. So this was published today by, I believe, Arjan Karpal and Tanya Makil. My apologies if I'm butchering the names. anyways, it was a great article, and they really talk about how crypto is one avenue to evade sanctions. So many have suggested Russia could use Bitcoin, which is not owned or issued by a single authority like a central bank, to evade sanctions. Veteran investor Mark Mobius said that could be one reason behind Bitcoin's rise. I would say that's the reason why Bitcoin has shown strength now, because the Russians have a way of getting money out, getting their wealth out. Mobius, founding partner of Mobius Capital Partners, told CNBC on Tuesday. So also they go ahead and mention that at that point it would depend on Europe and the US to pressure the biggest exchanges like Coinbase, FTX, and Binance to blacklist the addresses associated with Russia, and then no other major exchange would want to interact with funds that originated from those addresses. So they would be able to freeze Bitcoin funds or other crypto that touched a Russian account. So they're talking about ways that they could possibly still enforce sanctions using crypto, but it definitely would be a new can of worms that they're unfamiliar with. Also discussed in this article, stablecoins as a safe haven. Most dollar-pegged stablecoins such as Tether and USDC are issued by centralized companies that could be targeted by sanctions, which should force them to monitor transactions. There is a precedent to centralized stablecoin issuers blacklisting certain addresses. So it'll be interesting to see how the role of stablecoins evolves throughout this crisis. What they're really talking about is stablecoins, who's going to be allowed to use stablecoins as a hedge or as to even be able to store their assets in stablecoins. And because it's a lot easier to see addresses and to blacklist those. They are centralized in a sense. So we'll go ahead and jump over to the next news article. We have news. This is news.yahoo, and you can see Yahoo Finance news. Bitcoin price jumps over 41,000 amid Russia-Ukraine war. This article came out yesterday, and really I just want to summarize it, and I'll just get right on down to the bottom, where they were discussing how the question is whether setting sanctions on these large centralized exchanges will actually change how commerce can work in crypto, given that there's a decentralized finance, which obviously it has a lot of. I mean, all of the applications are essentially permissionless, which is what they say, meaning that there isn't necessarily an entity who's going to pick up the phone and answer when regulators call. So pretty much, once again, very bullish for crypto, showing that it has been able to solve solutions in geopolitical crisis and times of concern. If you guys were unfamiliar, there was also an issue in Canada where crypto was used as a potential safe haven as well. They're trying to be a little bit more aggressive, and they're learning how to regulate these assets. So we're really evolving in this space, and people are either going to be intimidated or interested in cryptocurrency going forward with all of these tensions. So as you can see, this is on cbc.ca. Court extends rare order to freeze up to 20 million in crypto and cash donations to Freedom Convoy. And we'll go ahead and summarize this one for you guys as well. This is an order, is first of its kind, the lawyer says. So this order aims to potentially redistribute the donations to residents, businesses, and employees of downtown Ottawa covered by the class action lawsuit. So what they've done is they have frozen all of the donations going to Freedom Convoy, and now they are going to redistribute them in some sort of fashion to the city. So it is not about stopping the Freedom Convoy from fundraising. It is about protecting assets so that class members who have been recovered can hopefully get some compensation, according to a document from Lenser Slot. So pretty much this is going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. They have an escrow account which will be managed by Bobby Kaufman of KSV Advisory, and he will hold those assets until further orders from the court. So curious to see how they choose to manage those assets as well. But let's go ahead and continue on. Where we were now moving on to Vox, War in Time of Crypto. This article is published today as well, and I'll just go ahead and zoom down to the highlighted. The fact that it can't be frozen. So we're talking about crypto and how to protect and how the donations are going in to avoid sanctions. So even the Ukrainian government is now soliciting donations in crypto and has already raised more than $15 million. Some Ukrainians are also turning to crypto as an alternative to Ukrainian financial institutions, which are limiting people's access to bank accounts in foreign currencies. In a scenario where governments are in chaos, it is difficult to rely on traditional banks. Is there fear of surveillance? So relatively anonymous system where no government is involved is appealing, and we're starting to see that across the globe right now. The fact that it can't be frozen, the fact that it can't be censored, and the fact that it can't be used without, or then it can be used without ID is very, very important. Alex Gladstein, Chief Strategy Officer at the Human Rights Foundation, told Recode, and they are why Bitcoin is such an important humanitarian tool. So we're seeing a lot of advocates come out and speak out to why crypto is bullish and why this is something that we need for the people. Just how useful an avenue crypto is for people in crisis or organizations in need of donations is up for debate. You need relatively sophisticated understanding of technology to use crypto, and if you weren't already set up for it, the onset of war might not be the moment to try to do it. Plenty of donations to Ukrainian groups are flowing in just fine using more traditional currencies. This is not a time for disrupting things. Folks have their lives disrupted already, said Gilo Kofi, Global Digital Specialist at the Norwegian Refugee Council. So a lot of big articles going on, a lot of things that people should check out. I wanted to point out that they have received already $400,000+ in Bitcoin. So that was on CNBC.com. This article, Bitcoin donations to the Ukrainian military are soaring as Russia invades. Bitcoin donations to the Ukrainian army are soaring after Moscow launches a large-scale offensive against Ukraine early Tuesday, as well as new data from blockchain analytic firm Elliptic shows that over a 12-hour window, nearly 400,000 in Bitcoin was donated to come back alive. So what you can see is new data from blockchain analytics firm Elliptic shows that over a 12-hour window Thursday, nearly 400,000 in Bitcoin was donated to come back alive, a Ukrainian non-governmental organization providing support to the armed forces. So that is very bullish. That is people going into crypto and using it to support people in times of crisis and needs. You can see also there's other projects that are trying to get in position to do so. So now Ukraine will accept PolkaDOT. Founder Gavin Wood donated $5.8 million. The official Ukraine crypto wallet are now accepting donations from the PolkaDOT. So this is great. Gavin Woods donated almost 300,000 PolkaDOT. Calls from the crypto community for Ukraine to accept other cryptocurrencies have been answered, and the official Ukraine Twitter account shared that it will now accept donations from DOT, while other cryptocurrencies will soon be added. I don't know if you guys understand, this is revolutionary. This is how things go through mass adoption. This is the catalyst that's needed. So this could be extremely bullish, but we also don't want to be jumping in head first without being aware that we are in global crisis, and this is a global pandemic. So anyways, that's really the news for you guys. Wanted to just kind of expose you over what's going on. Crypto businesses will be rewarded over the long term, says Voyager CEO. It's a great article on Cointelegraph. But honestly, let's go ahead and jump into the charts. This is a lot. So the charts look fantastic. It's been a lot of fun watching crypto over the last few days. This weekend was great, and that $7,000 candle on Bitcoin was fantastic to see. So look, where are we going to start? We're going to start with crypto total market cap. As you guys know, if you've been following the channel, we have a heavy resistance level at $2 trillion. $2 trillion is a challenging market cap for all of crypto to break past, and we're looking forward to breaking past that, hopefully amidst this crisis. But until we do so, I would be very cautious going all in. Right now, what we're looking at is we're sitting at $1.9 trillion, and it looks like steam is starting to slow down. We are on 12-hour candles. We can go ahead and slide over to one-day candles, and as you can see, these blue triangles are indicators insinuating a trend reversal, and we are starting to move up in the right direction. We are still very much in a channel, have not broken out of a channel, and so I would not consider this bullish yet. I would still consider us in a bear trend trying to break out of it. So let's go ahead and look at Total 3. We have Total 3 over here. For those of you new to the channel, Total 3 is all of cryptocurrencies market cap with the exclusion of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Total 3 does not look as bullish to me, but we are looking at 1 week candles. Let's go ahead and look at shorter time frames, and they have been looking a lot better. Total 3 has currently been stuck in a descending channel or descending wedge. You can see on the screen right here, and that's been in there since November 9th. So as you can see, we have been in a bearish trend or a bearish channel since November. We still have failed to break out of that channel so far. We are in it. We are about to start testing resistance. We need to break through 732 billion or above, in order for us to consider this a trend reversal. Very exciting. It looks like it's potential, and it could, but until we get those confirmations, we are still on the sidelines and curious. Why are we on the sidelines? That is because Bitcoin is at crucial resistance. We have struggled to get past 44K many times. And if this chart's a little confusing for you, I'm sorry, but this yellow bar going across references 44K. And as you can see, we've been rejected by 44K. We fell under it in January 5th of this year. We got rejected on January 12th. We got rejected again on January 20th. We came back up to retest it, got rejected February 7th, continued to get rejected throughout February 14th, fell under it, and came and got rejected again on the 16th. So until we can break above 44K and show signs of support, which would be retesting, I would be looking for further confirmation. And as you can see, Bitcoin did pull out a beautiful W formation. Let me go ahead and draw that out for you guys to make it nice and easy to see. Right here, we can see it just came and did a wonderful W formation. So what we would like to see is we'd like to see it maybe grab a little bit of liquidity and go up. And if we could see this maneuver, then we would be able to confirm that where we are at right now could be considered level 1. So this would be a rise to level 1. And if you're looking to get into projects, it's always best to wait for the confirmation. So you'd wait for the retest and get in on the rise to level 2. So that's what we're looking for. That's what the price points that we are watching closely. I think that Bitcoin has extremely heavy resistance right around the 45,750. You can see this box of liquidity up there. I could see them trying to grab that and then heading down to go do a retest. So be careful. I'm not sure I'd be going long anytime soon, but that's, to each their own. And this is not financial advice. You guys should be doing whatever your little heart desires. Let's go ahead and take a look at gold. Gold has been a great reference for us to be following. A lot of people say that they go in opposite format, but I've noticed a large correlation between Bitcoin and gold has been pumping. So gold recently is testing new all-time highs, and this has been very bullish. Oh, my apologies. We have not made it to all-time highs yet. We need to break 2070. So once gold can start breaking all-time highs at 2070, then we can get excited about it getting ready to rally. It is a little bit of a sluggish asset, but it is relevant to Bitcoin because this would be considered the physical asset to the digital asset in investors' minds. Let's go ahead and slide over to the dollar. This is an exciting chart to look at as well because it is bullish, and that is not a good indicator for those of us looking at crypto. So when I look at the dollar, I get concerned, and I think that we're going to be heading towards a cool-off period, some sort of consolidation, and hopefully not a capitulation. So very interesting times. I would be looking at all indicators as we are. Stay tuned. We'll try to release as much information as possible throughout these next few days as more things develop. Let's go ahead and look at ETH Dominance. ETH Dominance looks like it's getting ready to start going down again, so I wouldn't have the highest hopes. We are on weak candles. So also if we slide down to day candles, it looks even uglier. So remember, the chart that we have pulled up right here is Ethereum Dominance. So this represents the amount of dominance that Ethereum has in the space. We were currently sitting at about 22% in December, and we have fallen to about 18.5% currently, and it looks like we will continue to fall to the 18, possibly 17.75%. So Ethereum looks like it's continuing to lose dominance because the dollar and some of these other assets are continuing to strengthen. The SPX is looking strong. We want to just keep our eyes on these, on the traditional markets and the legacy markets, because we want to see is money coming into our markets or leaving. So the SPX looks like it is going to have some sort of strength over the next couple of days. When you go to the week candle, it doesn't look fantastic. So the longer time frames do not look great. This looks like we had a relief rally, and I do not think that we are out of the woods yet. That is just my personal opinion. It's just because all of these charts are not looking like they correlate or they line up together. So anyways, I know it was jam-packed with a bunch of information and news, and I tried to go over the charts as quick as possible. We will be trying to have a little bit format and be on a little bit more of a routine coming up. So I'm going to go ahead and close down my segment and see if we got anything from Sifu. with the metaverse or not, and I'm wondering, looking like we probably don't. He might not be with us. So I think that at that being said, I'm just going to get ready to wrap it up. I thank you guys for tuning in. Sorry we don't have a metaverse segment. Our apologies on this weekend. We were just getting back in the rhythm. Expect a wild March. We'll be here full throttle. Thanks for sticking in there. C3, much love. Over and out.